I'm going to talk about today is happiness and the practice of happiness. I think happiness is our birthright, one that we forget as we grow older, that we actually start out happy. When in the 1950s, apparently, we laughed for something like 400 times a day. I think you'd have a backache and a stomach ache. We laughed for like 15 minutes a day, everybody in the 1950s. Now, we laugh about 6 minutes a day. And I don't know if anyone in this audience has laughed 6 minutes today. It's been a good day for it. We only laugh 100 times a day. I actually think most of us don't laugh that much at all. A few years ago, I was sitting in a coffee shop in Turin, and a friend of mine said to me, made a comment, and I made a comment back to him. And he said, "Bill, you're a whinger." I said, "I beg your pardon?" I actually consider myself to be a really bright, positive, confident, outgoing person. So I was shocked. And I thought about what he said, good and hard, and for a long time later. And I realised that all of us are taught the language of negativity. Easy for us to say what we didn't like about that movie we saw last week than it is to say what we liked about it. It is easier for me to say about Tadek here what annoys me about him than what it is that I like about Tadek. So really, we're all equipped with the language of negativity. So I try to change my life and be consciously positive. Everyone says being positive is much easier. I think it's actually much harder work. I have to actually work hard at being positive. I have to work hard at having a sensational attitude. Anyone who knows me knows that that's my word, sensational, even if I'm not really feeling it. Now, the thing is, when we fake being happy, we actually start to be happy. The body is tricked by our mind. I went off to India and I started laughing yoga. And laughing yoga is about laughter for no reason. And so in our society, when we laugh, we use laughter as a form of one-upmanship. It could be why I'm better than Peter over here, because I got a joke, Peter didn't get it. It could be cultural. It could be against the Irish. It could be against everyone. And I know that when I was a tour guide, certain cultures were certainly much happier than other cultures. For example, the Italians. The Italians were always great fun to have on tour. Glaswegians were always fabulous fun to take away on tour. I won't mention who the negatives were in case there's any English people in the audience. But when we look at children laughing, we laugh because I've just hopefully made a good joke. But when we look at children laughing, they're laughing because they're happy. So what happens is when we smile, we can actually get that sense of happiness back into us. And happy people live longer. You can look at, if you go home tonight or over the next week and drag out your primary school photos, you'll be able to look at those photos and see who lived